Moderation helps everyone feel safe. Okay. Right. So, I'm about to make my soap, I hope. If anything goes wrong in the first few minutes, I'm switching the live stream off. So, it's quite important to have all your things at the right temperature. And I should have checked the temperature before I started. I did check it a few minutes ago. 32 degrees, that's perfect. What's this then? 37, that's too hot, but it'll have to do. Anyway, so I've got so much stuff to make it in a jug, so I'm going to have to pour it in here. I should have done that before I started as well. I hope this is going to be alright, because I've had so much hassle weighing out ingredients and stuff. I'm just hoping I've got it all right, but I did double check everything, so I hope it's going to be fine. It's on the heat mat because I didn't want my oils cooling down too much. I'm going to move the heat mat now, although it might reappear. I don't need this jug anymore, so I need to get all the oil out of it. I've put the fragrance in already. I'm live streaming on YouTube, so my video doesn't get deleted in 30 days, because maybe I'll want to refer to it again. Right, let me just check the temperature of that again. 32, that's just fine. I need it to be above 30 degrees because I don't want stearic spots in it. Got all them bubbles in there as well now, I'm fed up of that already. I haven't made soap for ages, I feel in the right flap. I haven't even put my gloves on yet. Here we are. This has gone down here, I wanted my spatula. I'll keep this jug in the sink in case I need it for anything. Where's the other jugs I made? What did I do with them? Right. I haven't even got the MP3 player in, so I hope nobody's going to be starting any bullshit and upsetting me when I'm doing dangerous things. Right. So here I've got my lye water. Here. Which is 37 degrees, I think. Yes, there it is. Too warm, really. I wanted it closer to 30. But I haven't been very organised. I don't even know how I'm going to pour this in here now. I never make it in this pan. I only ever make a kilo of oils at once. My jugs are 2.5 litres. It would be better to do it in a jug, but I haven't got that option. So, without doing calculations that I can't be bothered getting involved in at the moment. Right, so I haven't even got my gloves on yet. This is how organised I am. Most of the things I've got ready though. So I'll just, before I start blending, I'm going to explain what I'm intending to do in case I don't know how my chaser's going to go because I haven't used this recipe before. I've got essential oils in here that I can't remember how they behave in cold processed soap. And yeah, so all that. There is a lot of extra virgin olive oil in this recipe though, which slows trace down. So I'm just going to stir this, because what happens when you pour this in, it all sinks to the bottom, the lye water, because water's heavier than oil. So I want to make sure that it's all blended together. Looks like the soap's forming already and I haven't even blended it yet, and I'm not happy about that for a start. So what I'm going to do, I've got some individual moulds that I want to pour about 1/3 of this batter into. And then I've got a round cylinder mould. I want to use a technique called screen lift. I'll show that in a minute before I start blending, in case I haven't got time to explain it while I'm doing it. Right, I think that's alright. Okay, so here's the screen lift mould. So you need more than one colour to bother screen lifting. So the orange colour in the soap is caused by a natto seed. Sunflower oil infused with a natto seed. But sunflowers have brown in them as well. Well, for the moulds, the individual moulds, I'm not bothering to put brown in because they've got the shape of sunflowers in them already. And I've done it before where I've put the brown in the centre part. And it's alright. That's not bad, but the problem is when you start using the soap, you rub away the pattern of the petals and you end up with a round soap with a brown blob in it, and it just doesn't look very good anyway once you've started using it. So I could do that, but it's a lot of hassle, and then the soap doesn't end up looking good in the end anyway, so it's not worth the bother. So I'm not putting a different colour in here, I'm just putting yellow in there. And what I might do is paint the brown on later on, which you can do, and then that will rub off as soon as the soap is used, and then you're just going to end up with a yellow soap. So this brown I've got for my next soap mould, my cylinder soap mould, and this is a mixture of oil and cacao powder because I want to make an all natural soap. So what I'll do if I do decide to paint the centre part of the petals, the whatever the centre part's called of the flower, that's what I mean, which I can't think of at the moment. I'll paint it on by mixing that with isopropyl alcohol, and then that will just come off like the first or second time you use the soap, before the petals have worn away anyway. And then if I've got any soap left over, I've got some extra moulds here just in case. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain the screen lift. So I've got this here. So what you do is you pour in the different colours, alternating. And then when you've put on your soap and you pull it up like that, and it leaves a pattern in there. So I'm going to try that. I've not made it like with only two colours before, so I don't know how it's going to work out. And also I need my batter to be very fluid in order to pour it in that thing. So I just don't even know if that's going to work out, and if that don't work out, I'll just going to have to put it in another mould with a different pattern, so we'll just see. And this is all because I don't know how this recipe's going to behave, and I haven't made cold processed soap for ages, not since the beginning of the year. At the earliest, I think it might have been nearly a year ago since I made cold processed soap. I've got stacks of it, you see. It's not that I don't like making it, it's just like the ingredients are expensive and I don't need it. And yeah. What am I going to do with this now? I could leave it in there, that's what I usually do. Right, so this might be a bit loud, but I can't do anything about it, so I'm only blending it a little bit at a time because I don't want it accelerating. I don't know how long it's going to take to reach trace. The other thing is, like, I don't know what colour it's going to be. I don't even need it at trace, I need it at emulsion. It's not at emulsion yet. That smells like soap, so I'm going to leave it for a minute and see what happens. That looks like at least emulsion. Yeah, it's not a trace. You can get a false trace where the soap just solidifies somewhat because of solid oils being cool, but it's not actually. I think this is an emulsion, so I'm just going to keep stirring it for a bit. That looks like it's a light trace. I can tell because of the large drops. The way the drops are larger than I would expect them to be. I think that's a light trace, but I'm not doing anything. Because if you pour it and it's not an emulsion, then the soap's going to split. I'm not adding anything into it that would decelerate trace. Okay. I think that's a trace. But I'm nervous because I haven't made soap for such a long time. And it's a lot of faffing about if it goes wrong. And expensive ingredients. You can still make it into soap. Yeah, it looks a bit speckly. I'm not happy with it. Let's see what's happening in the pot. I'll leave that there to see what happens. I'll make sure it's all mixed in from the bottom. I'll hold this to see if it splits on the blender stick. I think it's going to be alright. Yeah, I think that's a light trace. Yeah. So I don't need this blender anymore. So I'm going to get it out of the way. Yeah, so it doesn't take as much blending because this is sodium hydroxide, not potassium hydroxide. It forms the soap a lot more quickly. The only thing that would make it take longer is using only liquid oils. That can take up to 40 minutes of blending, even to reach trace. Like, you can just blend once and it's reached trace. Sometimes. It depends. It depends what temperature you're working at, and also the blend of oils, and also the fragrance that you're using. So now I need to, I want to pour this into a jug, part of it, so I can pour it into the moulds. Look at that dripping everywhere. I'm always so messy at this, because I haven't got enough space to work in. And I start panicking as well, because I haven't made it for such a long time. Let me just wipe that off. Okay, great. Right, so mould number 1. putting this in the oven. Because that will make it process quicker. And also, because it gets it out of my way. Because I haven't got anywhere else in the kitchen to be putting things. So here's mould number 2. These are both sunflowers as well, but they're a different design. Okay, that'll do. I have got extra moulds should I need them, as well as this one I made. So now what I need to do, oops, is pour something here and colour it with brown. I don't know how much there is altogether, so there's that as well. There's not going to be much to be putting in here. Yeah, that's about right, that's how I wanted it. It's not a full mould, that, not a full sized like kilo of oils mould. It's still quite runny, so that's good. Okay, great. Let me just wipe these again. Try and get the mess out of the way. I'm going to put this on the floor, out of my way, and I'll scrape it very well at the end. So, I hope this is going to be enough. It's not a very dark colour, is it? It's too late now. I could put more in. It should go darker a bit when it I can't even see what colour it is because of these glasses. It looks too orangey. I'm not really that happy with it. But could mix up some more, I suppose. Put some of this soap back on here. Then I'm not adding even more oil in. Let me just wipe my hands. So this is something you're definitely not supposed to do. Be working with food products and soap making at the same time. So that's a hassle as well. That's quite a lot in there. I don't have to put it all back in though, do I? Need to make sure there aren't any lumps in it. That's why I'm mixing it like this. How's this going? I need to be stirring that as well. If you stir it, it stops it going so thick quick. This is why I'm mixing it in this flat thing here, so I can make sure that there's no lumps in it. It's harder to mix it into soap than into oil, but I don't want to put any more oil in. It upsets your recipe. I already reduced the amount of superfat from 5% to 4% to 3% rather. This is smelling very soapy now. Oh yeah, that's a nice dark brown colour. I should have had some more ready in case that wasn't enough. Let's just stir that in and see what it's like. That's better. I'll still put the rest in there. Do you know what? I haven't put any clay in this soap, and I usually put clay in. I haven't made it for such a long time, I forgot. It improves the slip. Slightly exfoliating as well. It's usually kaolin that I put in. You can also use clays as natural colourants. Right then, what's happened to the other thing? What's this doing in here? I need this as well. I need this out of here. I need to be careful not to use the wrong spatula now. Right, there we are. Get this out of here. That'll do. I need to be very careful not to be dipping my spatula in the wrong place now. There we are. That's enough. So, I've obviously got more yellow than brown. I'm just making a mess now because I'm panicking. It's ages since I've made this soap design as well. Like used this mould, I mean. I meant to put pegs at the top as well, I forgot about that. I have got it clipped together at the bottom because this mould can come apart. I hope it's not mixing together too much. I think I've got too much soap for this mould. It doesn't matter though because I've got others on standby. Yeah, I haven't used half the soap yet, and the the mould is approaching half full. I need to stop panicking. It's silly. It's not going to achieve anything. I've just dripped it all over there by panicking. That's what's happening. I can't remember where I bought this mould from, and I can't remember what the capacity of it is. And because I can't remember where I bought it from, I can't check. I've had it a long time, you see. gone quite thick as well, but it's alright. I'm nearly out of yellow. Got more brown left. Right, this is the last pour. So now I'm going to pull this up. It doesn't look too fabulous, but the colour should be more distinct. Since I've got some left over, I won't bother scraping that out on top. I shall just scrape it off in here. Get rid of this. Right. Okay. Right. So I shall just move that out of the way in a minute when I've wiped this work surface a bit. I'm not worried now because I've got virtually no soap left. The one pour I was worried about has turned out fine. And the rest is only surplus soap, so it doesn't even matter. I haven't got a plan for a design for it or anything. So just getting it in the mould is a victory. I want to clean this up though before I put the tin on top of it. Where's my rubbish bag? Underneath my oven door. What am I going to do to clean it? Wipe it again with this. Okay. Right, so what I'll do is I'm going to scrape everything. Probably better to scrape it in here because it'll be easy to scrape out at the end. Scrape everything into here and then pour it into the mould I've got waiting for just this eventuality. If this soap was going to split, it would have done it again by now. I have had soap split before. That's when I found out that some fragrance oils containing citrus, decelerate trace. And what I did was that I blended the soap to a light trace and I made two different soaps and I added different fragrance oils to each one of them, one of which accelerated trace and the other decelerated trace, and I didn't even know that that was a thing. So one of them was absolutely fine and the one I added the citrus oil fragrance into split because it took it back before emulsion. What shall I do with this then? How am I gonna... I don't want it all blended together. Just pour it in down one side, that's probably the best thing. And then I've got my pan to scrape as well. A bit better than I'd already done. I'm really hot because the oven's on. It was only, I heated it up. You're supposed to heat it up to 70 degrees centigrade and then turn it off to put your soap in it. I'd heated it to about 100, I think, but I've left the door open to compensate for that. So that obviously means it's really hot in here. I could probably shut it again. Right, they'll do. This really smells soapy now. This might have set already. No, it hasn't. Been fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to switch. When I've poured this into the mould, I'm going to switch the live stream off because I should only be cleaning my pots after that. Anyway, we can see how much, whether I added the right amount of annatto seed infused oil. It's harder to tell. Annatto seeds are the thing that gives red cheese its colour, like red Leicester. Got sweat dripping down my nose. That'll do. Right. I better put this back on the floor. I haven't got room for it up here. I think I can fit the other soap in the oven. Out of the way, I mean. Right. I don't think I've got enough soap for this mould. Let me decide which one to use. This one, I think. Oh, just about the right amount. That's amazing. Well, it's not entirely full, but... yeah, so I didn't have quite 1,500 grams of oil. In the end, because I ran out of sunflower oil, because I forgot I'd used such a lot of it making the liquid soap, I ended up with 1,310 grams of soap, which meant, because I considered blending two batters, like one after the other, so I wouldn't be in this situation worried about my batter accelerating, like pouring the ones in the moulds first and then doing the next one, but it was just too much of a complicated arithmetic to do that, because I'd already measured all my oils together, because it wasn't 1,500 anymore, it was 1,310, and I didn't want to be making a mistake. I had to recalculate, you see, the amount of lye to put in it. So, there we are, so that's all of them. And I'm putting this in the oven now as well. Still pretty fluid, that batter, it's amazing. It's pretty solid, what's in the oven. I'm just going to wash my hands, like with my gloves on, because I can't touch my phone with me lye all over me. It's just, there isn't enough room to do anything in here. Let me get these things out of the way. I don't want raw soap on things, you say. So I'm actually going to move these out of the way before I switch off my live stream, because I don't want to be getting raw soap on them. That's why I'm using this. I don't think there's any on the handles anyway. I'm going to bring these things out of the oven, the ones I put in first, to show something. Right, so these have been in a warmer environment without being stirred at all, and they're nearly set already. It's the heat, you see, it increases the speed of the chemical reaction. So I can shut this oven door now because it's cooled down a bit. I'll put this back under here, and now I'm going to clean my jugs if it's not too late. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.